Alrighty, hello, this is Mayor Mike Inman coming to you from City Hall in Macomb, Illinois. It's Monday, April 27th, 2020, and an update on some activities that occurred over the weekend and that are ongoing today regarding the COVID-19 pandemic here. You should be aware by now that there have been 2 additional cases in McDonough County for a total of now 7 cases. So in the course of a week that our numbers have doubled essentially. The 2 new cases involve a 20-year-old female who is at home and recovering under CDC guidelines and protocols, and the McDonough County Health Department is undergoing contact tracing for that individual. The other case is a 70-year-old person who has been hospitalized at McDonough District Hospital, and following the procedures for that as well. So we'd share with you that, unfortunately, as we had tried to make you aware of, that the number of cases would likely increase. That is occurring. Obviously, we're continuing to encourage you to abide by all of those CDC protocols to minimize the spread of this virus. Again, face masks will be required, mandated for any activities that you engage in public indoors starting on May 1st, and outdoors when you cannot maintain social distancing 6 foot or more. We'd also remind you that hand washing is as important now as it ever was, so we would hope that you've made that a regular part of your routine, that anytime you cough or sneeze, you're washing your hands. Anytime that you're out in public and come back home, you should be washing your hands. I don't think there's anything that would prevent you from washing your hands about every opportunity you get without being obsessive about it, obviously. So again, those CDC guidelines will be available for your reminder at the end of this video this morning. And there's additional information that we'll be sharing with you as well. As it relates to the small business community here in Macomb and around the country, the payroll protection program, the stimulus package that was approved by Congress and signed by the President late last week and over the weekend, that ramped up and was opening up around 9:30 this morning. So folks in the business community that had applied maybe or got to the point where they were applying and the first level of funding had ran out, now's the time to submit that application. That information is available on the Chamber's website. That is at the bottom of your screen now, or you can call the Office of Community Development here at City Hall. That number will be up here in just a second as well, and talk to John Bannon or anyone in the Community Development Office. You can also reach out to the Macomb Area Economic Development Corporation. Their number should be on the screen about now too, and they can give you some guidance. Again, that program, the funds were exhausted very quickly the first time. There's some expectation they'll be exhausted fairly quickly again. I would tell you that we have had some awardees in the community, both through the payroll protection program, the first phase, and then some other downstate stabilization money was released. That was a lottery program. We had one business here in Macomb that was awarded a grant under that program, so grateful for that. There are other programs still out there and available. Those all can be found on the Chamber's website. And additionally, for those of folks in the small business community, we would remind you that tomorrow is the Zoom meeting that the Spoon River College will be presenting for our business community. That information and how to get in contact and on board with that meeting tomorrow is on your screen now. So we'd encourage the folks in our small business community to hook up with Spoon River College tomorrow. We're grateful for the partnership we have with Spoon River and their willingness to do this outreach and provide some guidance for our small business folks who are needing some help. We'd like to encourage you that as the weather gets warmer, as it did this past weekend, that yes, you should be out availing yourself of the opportunity to get some exercise, but again, social distancing, only with members of your own household, those kind of things are what we're looking for and encouraging you to comply with. Again, as we mentioned last time we spoke, we know this is a difficult time. It's a difficult time for those folks in our community that are dealing with this firsthand, both as patients and as caregivers. It should be apparent to those of us that were not aware that maybe that these were happening, that they are, and again, there is an anticipation there will be additional cases. We'd also, again, remind everyone that, reach out to your neighbors that are homebound, let them know either by phone or some socially appropriate distancing contact with them, make sure they're doing okay. Those folks that are, excuse me, trying to do their best to live independent lives, but could use the support of someone like you as a neighbor or being an extended family member. Do your due diligence and take care of folks the best you can. And then again, we remind you that there's many parts of our country that are dealing with this at a much higher level and much more, unfortunately, poorer outcomes with people who are passing away. So try to keep those folks in your thoughts and prayers as we continue to try to deal with things here in Macomb and McDonough County. Again, be assured that we are as prepared as we can be, both here in City Hall and in all our partners in the community, including McDonough District Hospital. And again, the more we commit to doing our part now, the sooner we'll get through this, and the sooner we'll be able to be leading some lives that would be much more familiar to us. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to us here at City Hall. We'll be in touch again soon.